Good morning. Today we are going to start with the Act, the Sale of Goods Act 1930. Okay. Now previously while discussing Indian Contract Act, I had told you that Sale of Goods Act means previously the provisions of sale of goods. Those were mentioned in section 76 to 123, that is chapter 7 in the Indian Contract Act 1872 itself. Okay. However, in 1930 what happened? They repealed the whole chapter, that is chapter 7, that is section 76 to 123, and a new act was passed called as Sale of Goods Act 1930. Means a separate act was passed. Okay. So now we are going to see those sections which are mentioned in the Sale of Goods Act. Sale of Goods Act. See the what are the provisions? Sale of goods means movable property. Okay. So here they have defined many terms relating to the goods, like what are future goods, what are existing goods and all. Okay. Now the section 1 of the act states about the short title, the extent and commencement. This act is called as Sale of Goods Act. The act extends to whole of India. Previously it was mentioned except Jammu Kashmir, but we have seen that after repealing of Article 370 in 2019, those words except Jammu Kashmir, those are being cancelled, those are being repealed. Now the act applies to whole of India, and this act came into force on 1st day of July in 1930. Okay. Now this is section 1. Now section 2 states about the definitions. Every act is having a definition section, isn't it? So many words are being defined, those are being used in the act, and when those are used in the act, whenever in the act those words are there, we have to refer that particular section. Okay. And we have to take that definition or that meaning only. Okay. Now section 2 of Sale of Goods Act gives 15 definitions. So section 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3 till 15 are there, which define certain words. Simple words are there. Section 2 subsection 1, today we are going to see the definitions only. Section 2 subsection 1 tells about the buyer. Buyer means a person who buys or agrees to buy the goods. Okay. 2 tells about delivery. Delivery means what? Voluntarily transferring of possession from one person to the another. See, what is taking? Taking means when a person himself takes it. But here we are using the word delivery. Delivery means the person has to give it. So voluntarily transfer of possession from one person to another, that is called as delivery. Okay. Now the next word is goods. Section 2 subsection 3. Goods are said to be in deliverable state, means they have defined deliverable state here, like when they are in such a state that the buyer would undertake or he is bound to take the delivery of them. Goods are said to be in a deliverable state when they are in such a state that the buyer would, under the contract, is bound to take the delivery, because the seller has agreed to deliver the goods and the goods are ready. The seller is in, like he has to give the possession, he has to deliver the possession, means now the buyer is bound to take the delivery because the goods are ready. Okay. So that is subsection 3. Section 2 subsection 3 states about goods are said to be in a deliverable state, means it is telling about deliverable state. Okay. Now subsection 4 tells about document of title to goods. In further, when we are going to see about like what is the subject matter of goods, what is the title, when the goods are said to be delivered and all, when the property is transferred, property in the goods is transferred. For this definition is very important, like documents of title to goods. We should know what is a document which is to be used in sale of goods. So what is a document of title to goods? What they have done, they have mentioned about include. These documents include was bill of lading, dock warrant, warehouse keeper's certificate, or you can call it as a receipt, then finger certificate, railway receipt, transport document, means any document which is going to be given to the person, which tells that or which authorizes him to take the delivery of the goods, that is called as a document of title to goods. Okay. The next is subsection 5, meaning fault. They have given the definition of fault. Fault means what? Something wrongful, isn't it? Fault means wrongful act or default. When the goods are defective, we say it is having certain fault. So it is wrongful act or default. Next is subsection 6, telling about future goods. Future goods are those goods which the seller is not having at the time of the sale. Okay, means these goods are going to get manufactured afterwards. So future goods means goods to be manufactured or produced or acquired by the seller after making the contract. Means at the time of contract, the seller is not having the goods. He will get it afterwards. Maybe he is going to manufacture or produce it afterwards. So first there will be a contract. Thereafter the goods are going to get produced or manufactured. Those goods are called as future goods. Okay. Now subsection 7 tells about goods. This is the main definition, goods, because the whole act is what? Sale of Goods Act. See, when the property is immovable property, that the sale also takes place of immovable property, but that is not dealt in this act. That is dealt in Transfer of Property Act. Okay. Now, so the definition of goods is very important. Goods means every kind of movable property other than actionable claim and money. See, money is a price of the goods. So money is not goods, and actionable claim is also not good. See, actionable claim is been defined in Transfer of Property Act. It is a right. It is a claim of a particular person for which action can be taken. Means when a person transfers his right to recover money, right to recover the debt, that is called as an actionable claim. Though the right is transferred, it is not goods. Okay. So goods means every kind of movable property other than actionable claim and money, and it includes stock and shares. So it includes stock and shares. So shares can be transferred, and in Sale of Goods Act it is considered as to be goods. Okay. So it includes stock and shares, growing crops, grass, and things attached to and forming part of the land which are agreed to be severed before sale or under the contract of sale. Means the things which are attached to the land, they can become movable property if they are being removed from the land when the contract takes place. The trees are rooted in the earth. They are immovable. But the timber, isn't it? It will be cut off. The trees will be cut. So it will be severed. So those become movable property. I'll repeat again. Goods means every kind of movable property other than actionable claim and money, and includes stock and shares, growing crops, grass, and things attached to or forming part of the land which are agreed to be severed. Severed means cut before sale or under the contract of sale. Okay. So the things which are severed, they are not attached to the land, so they become movable property and they become the subject matter of sale under this act. Means it becomes goods. Okay. That is subsection 7. Means section 2 subsection 7 defines as the term goods. Okay. Now the next is insolvent. Means which person can be called as an insolvent? Who has ceased to pay his debts in the ordinary course of business, or who cannot pay his debts as they become due, whether he has committed an act of insolvency or not. Insolvent is a person who is having lots of debts. Means his assets are less and his debts are more. His liabilities are more. He is called as an insolvent person. He is unable to pay his debt. He has ceased to pay his debts in the ordinary course of business, or who cannot pay his debts can be called as a insolvent person. That is mentioned in subsection 8. Okay. So today we have seen few definition. We have seen the definition of buyer, delivery, then goods of a goods which are in deliverable state, then document of title to goods, fault, future goods, just goods, and insolvent. Few subsections are there which we will see in the next video. Okay, bye bye.